All right, here at the Elkins home, just want to walk through real quick the paint scope of work and the wood repair. I'll price everything separately, so the wood price will be separate from the house price. You'll also have door prices, so front door and garage door separate prices. I'll try to break it up as much as I can. But in the normal painting scope of work, you're looking at all the siding, all the trim work, so around windows, your peaks, your soffits, your gutters, downspouts, door frames, front porch, ceiling, rails, everything that's here would be prepped and painted. You do have areas that are peeling on the handrail, so we want to make sure we scrape and prime those areas. Again, you'll see that down there. So some prep work is needed. You'll also see areas like this where you've got separation at the joints that we need to make sure we recaulk and get sealed up so moisture doesn't continue to get in there. You've got one board on the front here that needs replaced, so this board underneath the window, that's number one, that needs replaced. Everything else on the front's in decent shape overall. Again, making sure that we recaulk areas like that where you've got gaps and get everything prepped and ready to go. Walk over to this side, the right side, so you've got more siding and trim work, trim around windows. Everything on this side's in good shape. Just want to make sure we treat the bottom areas here. Those are the concern areas. Want to make sure that we scrape and prime those, get everything caulked up and sealed before we paint. You'll see this kind of discoloration at the joints. We will reseal those, but what they did is they used a caulking that is reactive to latex paint and it turns pink. We won't be using caulking like that, so you won't have this discoloration moving forward at these joints or anywhere that we recaulk. But we would need to recaulk around windows and areas like that. Make sure we get it all sealed up before moisture gets in there to cause any rotting. Nothing on this side as far as wood repair goes. In good shape over here. Over to the back, you've got more siding and trim, window trim, door frame over here. You do have a piece of brick molding that needs to be replaced. So this piece right here needs to be replaced. The frame is solid, and then these boards around it are okay. So it's just this piece, and we'll replace that with a PVC material that's not going to rot out. So again, making sure we recaulk all of these joint lines. And then that was it as far as concerns on the back side. And then there's a couple more concerns on this side by the garage. So you've got this area here, you've got more siding over here and trim work. So that's the paint scope of work. A couple more boards that need to be replaced over here. So number one would be this board down here. So this piece right here needs replaced. Everything down here looks in good shape, just needs some prep work at the bottom of those door frames. I did include these doors to be painted. If you wanted them not to be painted, we could remove that from the pricing. And then this header board above the door needs to be replaced. Need to recaulk along these door frames. Got a couple boards over here. So I think it's this board and this board. So the left side and the bottom side. We'll have to check this side out. Looks like potentially it could be bad, but it looks like there's just a crack in it. So we'll have to check that out when we're up there. And then you've got more trim over here and siding. Got a couple cracks over here. In the actual hardy that we want to make sure we seal up before we paint, just so that you're not going to get any kind of moisture getting behind there. And then this piece right here, this piece and this fascia piece looks bad. So you can kind of see it up there. You can kind of see how there's a hole in it and it's kind of sunken in. So that usually indicates that it's bad. So that's the overall scope of work. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to help.